Well, good evening. I'm Francine Fulsinger, and welcome to the January meeting of the San Diego Filmmakers. Yay! Okay.
Good job. I do want to talk briefly about our guest tonight. He is producer, writer, director, Noah Tafolla, and he's going to talk about shooting and producing and distributing in our town, about our town. A short story. I remember growing up in Los Angeles, Encino exactly, the first time I heard mention of my town on television. It was really cool. It was the old Warner Brothers detective show, 77 Sunset Strip. A bookie informant was talking about some gin joint out on Ventura Boulevard in Encino. My parents were really upset because they thought Encino was a bit more classier than that, but who knows. But I thought, my town's on TV. This is pretty cool. Fast forward to today, the era of 1 million TV channels out there, TV, the internet, whatever, Netflix. We have a plethora of opportunities for producers to spend some time in these towns. Meet the characters, take us to interesting places. And Noah is one of those talented and artful producer-directors who introduces us to those characters and takes us to those interesting places. And tonight, he'll tell us about how he does it and how we can too. Noah Tafolla.
Man, I love this place. The problem is we get so busy we don't take the time to experience everything this place has to offer.
Hey hoo! Oh my
Okay,
God.
that was pretty good.
So tell me about, wow, they have some long tongues.
Yes. Have you ever been here before?
I've never been here.
Oh gosh, you're in for a surprise.
Could you call Taylor Swift right now? If you
I
wanted
could
to?
call, yeah.
Oh man, I love that.
I wish that was you. Oh, wow.
Cheese croissants.
These croissants. Good?
That is good.
That'll pass? Yeah.
That is good.
Hey, come on now, Noah.
She's faster than me.
I think I'm ready.
My name is Noah. Come with me and let's explore a little bit of my hometown of San Diego.
Reuben H. Fleet started Consolidated, which was a company that was building airplanes here in San Diego. And still, if you come down the 5, you can still see the roof out. It's all jagged roof. And I used to wonder, like, what was going on in there? They were building B-1 bombers. And back in the day, this guy employed 50,000 people in San Diego, one company. Today I did a research, and just a little research, and there was like, with all the federal and state jobs in San Diego, only tallied to like 15,000. So this guy was a big deal, and they started making B-1 bombers, and that's what helped us win the war, was the fact that we were able to kick out 1 an hour was flying out of San Diego Bay. And so they showed me the film of this, and these guys were working 12-hour days. They'd see each other coming in and going out. They'd work from 12 to 12 and come back in 12 to 12, and everybody did for the war effort. And so FDR says, I need planes, and he says, well, I can't make you any more planes because there's not enough people here. Nobody has any place to live. So they built Linda Vista right up on the hill. Anybody from Linda Vista? All right, we could talk about Linda Vista. Linda Vista, I mean, it was beautiful. I showed pictures of it when it was just built, and it was beautiful. You know, like 3,000 homes they built, brand new. And but they didn't take into account that they had all these kids. They needed a school, so they had to take 100 homes, or like 10 homes, and make them into schoolhouses for all these kids. And there was still only one road that came out of there, right down the hill to Consolidated. And but it was a beautiful little neighborhood. And I thought, never knew. That's how Linda Vista got started. Really cool. So I start finding out all these stories, and then this gentleman, I came to speak after it aired, and this gentleman came up to me afterwards, and he said, that was great. He said, but you missed it. And I said, I missed what? And he said, back in the day, Consolidated had a big net that was, they put a big net over the top of this factory, and it was camouflage. And I said, oh, and he said, so they couldn't, they were worried that the factory was going to get bombed. So they put this big net over it. He said, we lived up in 5 Points, which is basically Little Italy, kind of up in that area, off of the 5, above the airport. And he says, that's where I lived. And I go, oh, really? And he says, yeah. And he goes, oh. And I go, what? What was that? And he was like, oh, every time I think about it, I shudder. And I said, why? And he said, because when they brought that net over from overseas and they laid it out over this factory, he said it brought lice and so it wasn't only lice and fleas. He said so it infested all the neighborhoods. He says we all, 5 boys in the family, he said we all had to shave our heads. He said because everybody got lice and it was just terrible because it just spent time in this boat coming across. And I realized at that moment, and he was an older gentleman, I realized the stories. There's so many stories in San Diego that were going away, like every day. People, wherever I go, I see people, and the show's been going now for almost 10 years. And so, a little under 10 years. And I see people and they're like, hey, and they want to talk about their neighborhood, and they want to talk about the stories in their lives. And I was like, wow, if somebody doesn't capture these stories, they're just going to be gone. And I thought, that's what I want to do. I want to capture stories, and that's what we do. When you watch a film or something, I just love watching it, and even if it's a made-up story or whatever, to be able to do that, to get somebody's attention and to document something is amazing for me.